Hello there everyone, nubkeks here. Welcome back to Nub Raids, and we have the third of our string of 4 faction tournaments has just started off today. It's the Dragon tournament using only champions from the Knights Revenant faction. Let's take a look at the actual tournament itself first. How are the rewards? How's participation? So looking at this one, it doesn't seem to be as crazy as the Spider tournament. The Spider tournament, people put out really big points. Like if I look at how that ended up in the end, I got distracted this morning and I didn't actually push a bit harder than I should have. Yeah, people pushed really hard. I had some dude in my bracket do 6,000, lots of people around 3,000 mark. I think this one is going to be a lower scoring one. The rewards on the right hand side though, they're pretty underwhelming. 3-day XP boost, meh. 250 of the medium coins, a 5-star chicken. These are the worst rewards so far, right? In the other tournaments, there's typically something like a void shard here at the top. Only the winner of this one gets a void shard. So this is the worst one so far. I think they make it bad because they think Dragon is easy. Certainly Dragon is easy, but is it worth the hassle? Well, I don't know. I don't really think so. Now, the interesting thing about this is if you got Theodore, there you go. You got the best team in the game in Theodore, solos Dragon 25 in about 40 seconds or so. There are some good champions. I think for a more normal team, a non-solo team, it's difficult. Like Tomb Lord does give you AoE decreased defense, but I'm going to show you a solo team with Tomb Lord. Decreased defense, then Thylesia comes in with that. I'll show you a Thylesia team as well. But your options are somewhat limited. You do have good AoE nukers like Skull Crown. You can kill the boss quickly with Whisper if you got a non-poison team. But I feel like this one's going to be somewhat of a hassle. Obviously, I'm happy out. This is what... it's not what I wanted, actually. I wanted Knights Revenant for Ice Golem. I think they'd be much better. But hey, it is what it is. So if we jump in here, the team that I'm actually going to run is very simple. We're going into stage 25. I'm going to run Tomb Lord solo with 4 food. You do need to be careful. Make sure the food that you're using, your 4 food champions, are from the Knights Revenant faction. If they're not from Knights Revenant, you're not going to get any points. So be really careful about that. That's an easy mistake to make. You know, throw Tomb Lord in. You're only thinking about Tomb Lord or Theodore or whatever, and you get messed up. So yeah, I think this is the ideal way to do it. If you have Theodore or Tomb Lord, you just do solo stage 25. You're going to get the best gear possible. You're going to build up some food champions, which is always kind of handy for, you know, building up food for champion training events. They're going to do it actually pretty quickly. And yeah, you get basically everything done. So here we go. Let's just finish off wave 1. You can see Tomb Lord unfortunately slows down a lot at the end of these waves because he keeps depleting their turn meter, so the poison stops ticking. So that's the big thing that slows him down. There's definitely luck involved. You can get lucky and his turn meter depletion can get resisted, and then you're like, yes, the poisons have procced. Or it just goes like this, where he's just beating on them, and there we go, we finally get through. So 1 minute through. I'll just pause for this wave, be right back at the end of wave 2. All right, and here we go. Slightly better RNG, I think, at the end of wave 2, about 153 to get to the boss. Yeah, Tomb Lord, the good news is he's really easy to build to do this because he puts out decreased attack, AoE. So it's very easy to keep him alive, even without crazy stats. I do have mine with Brimstone. There we go. So Brimstone procs, that does about 300,000 damage whenever it procs. So that just helps you. 325, 807 damage, actually, to be precise. So that can definitely speed up your dragon run a little bit. But as you see, he just rips through the boss. It really is the waves. And there we go. 222. We get through. The boss just flops over. It's really wave 1 that takes a long time. Wave 2 can take a long time. But yeah, look, 2 minutes 22. We're getting through stage 25. We're getting the best drops possible, leveling up some food. This is, in my opinion, the ideal way to do it. Now, if you don't have Tomb Lord or Theodore, it gets more awkward for sure. Let me show you a stage 20 team I threw together here. So this is the team we're going to use. It's not perfectly set up or anything, but with this team, it's going in no poisons, and we're just going to nuke stuff down. So we have a Renegade who has her reset turned off for wave 1. We get decreased defense and some hexes from Thylesia. This wave, we have Tia. Now, Tia can one-shot that wave if enough hexes get placed, but there's quite a lot of luck there. Like right here, no hexes. It's going to slow us down. But we get some True Fears out, actually, from the the Thea passive, which is kind of funny. And here we go. We're just going to slowly be finishing them off with the Whisper. All that damage is going to come through. Thea still hits pretty hard. We have some decent damage from Thylesia, so you get through. We're to the boss in about 35 seconds, maybe 30 if you're lucky, maybe 40 if you're not. And yeah, it would probably be faster as well. If my Doom Priest was faster and she could actually put increased attack on at the start, it'd be a bit better, but I didn't have that set up. We got a little bit unlucky here. We're going to be slightly slower. For this to be as fast as possible, Whisper needs to place Weaken with her A1 on the first turn. I actually don't know if I set that up. There we go. She's counterattacked. Now Weaken is on. That should speed things up. So really the bulk of the damage here comes from Whisper. You can see how hard she hits this boss. She gives herself increased attack as well. So even if Doom Priest lets it fall off, boom, Whisper's got your back. And we're just relying on randomness. I've got Whisper in Relentless. So yeah, it's just between that and her passive. Does she get an extra turn? There she goes. Extra turn. 1 minute 23. Would have got another extra turn. So there's definitely luck involved with this one. But this sort of team can work too. The concept being quite simple. Increase attack and healing. But mostly increase attack from Doom Priest. Decrease defense from Thylesia. And then nuke from Thea to clear the wave. Whisper sort of picks up the end of the waves. We reset then for wave 2 with Renegade. We do the same thing. Increase attack, decrease defense, nuke. Whisper cleans up. And then we get to the boss and basically, decrease defense from Thylesia. Whisper, Weaken, and then Whisper just kills the boss. And that's basically it. The others are just along for the ride. They kind of slow it down. Doesn't really matter. There you go. So that's the other team option. I feel like, again, it's kind of awkward. Unless you got these champions all built up, it's going to be kind of awkward. So if we look at recently used, here we go. Let's see. So Thea, she's built like this, not fully rolled up. Her gloves and stuff not fully rolled up. So that would help one-shotting the wave. 5.5k attack, 230% crit damage, 100% crit rates. The accuracy is kind of useful if the waves hit you back, right? She'd hit a bit harder if she was built up a bit better. And these are her masteries. Then we have Whisper. These are her masteries. She's in Relentless. She's coming in 5.3 attack, 222 speed, 70% crit rate, 230% crit damage, and 200 accuracy. She does have cruelty as a blessing. Wait, I thought I changed that. Oh, maybe I didn't. Oh, okay. I must have changed it elsewhere. I actually think Heaven Cast. I'm going to switch her to Heaven Cast. I'm going to prefer that overall. Phantom Touch is a good one as well. For this particular purpose, Phantom Touch would be your best. I'm going to run her with Heaven Cast for the Weaken debuff for Hydra, though. I thought I switched her over already. I guess I did it on the test server. Thylesia coming in with Cruelty, so she's your best Cruelty applicator. And she is in some random gear here. 227 speed, 3k attack, 91% crit rate, 174% crit damage. She's in really terrible off-cast gear. She's not built properly at all at the moment. I think I've got videos on Thylesia showing a good build for her. I'm just not using her right now. But yeah, check out those for a better build. Renegade, she's coming in, pretty much just got good speed, 275 speed for resetting stuff. That's basically it. She has Phantom Touch for a bit more damage, and you should probably build her with War Master. I actually didn't realize that I hadn't finished her masteries, to be honest. Doesn't really matter. Doom Priest coming in, again, in fairly off gear. Not a good Doom Priest build. I probably have a Doom Priest guide as well. Don't remember now. Basically, you want her to be high speed, tanky. That's basically it. She's in off-cast gear. She doesn't have any masteries. You give her War Master. It's going to speed things up a bit. Then we have... do we use Skull Crown to nuke? No, I was trying out some teams with Skull Crown and with Gaius. They didn't quite work out as well. I just found like Skull Crown's fine. She's a good filler. If you don't have Thea built up, Skull Crown can absolutely nuke the waves just fine. I tried out Gaius, and because you've got to wait for the bombs to explode, it wasn't really any good. And then if we jump into our vault and we take out, actually let's take out all of these. There we go, to collection. Fantastic. I had to put these 1-stars into my vault to make space for that extra legendary event. And then we got foiled because bloody Revenant's Path came out after. Tomb Lord, pretty specific sort of build. So 225-ish speed. He's supposed to have 100% crit rate. It's actually missing one. Some crit damage and attack does help. 50k HP, about 2.5k defense should be enough. 220 accuracy, preferably 300 resistance, something like that. And he's good. He probably doesn't even need the resistance for Dragon, to be honest. I'm not entirely sure now off the top of my head. This also works with a Blood Shield. He can solo all of the Scarab boss in Doom Tower as well, which is pretty cool. He's got Brimstone for some of that soloing stuff. And his masteries are like this. I actually think probably he's better with War Master, though it doesn't really matter. But those masteries, so sort of a solo build. I've got more in-depth guides on him. But they're the two ways I think that I would handle this tournament. Let me know if you're going for it. Like I said, I think the rewards for this one are so bad, I wouldn't really bother, to be honest. I'm going to do it anyway, because why not? I might see if I can sneak the win, get an extra Void Shard and some 6-star Relentless gear. That's actually pretty good. But I'm not too pushed about it. You can easily skip this one. I feel like unless you come first place, the rewards are pretty poor. So yeah, there is that. Just stick in your normal dragon team and grab some speed gear if you want to, is the honest truth, guys. There you go. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Actually, one thing to go, because I haven't mentioned it yet. Check this out. We're going to have a champion training tournament for Ultimate Death Knight tomorrow. That's weird. So we'll see how this one is looking, I guess, when it comes out. But that's something to be aware of as well. And might be a reason not to do the Dragon Tournament. You might want to go for Ultimate Death Knight. I obviously have Ultimate Death Knight. I am quite tempted to get a second one. The old Faction Guardians for Undead for me. It's looking pretty sparse. I'm tempted. We'll see. Guys, thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye-bye.